Biden-Fauci COVID surprise coming? Question mark. Sinking poll numbers. Crises may bring course correction. David Bossie wrote that, and David Bossie joins me now. Welcome back, David. Good to see you again. How you doing?
Oh, thanks for having me back. Appreciate it.
Okay, you said this Biden COVID surprise coming. What's the surprise?
Well, I think what isn't a surprise, Stuart, is his crashing poll numbers. His approval rating is in the tank. It's in the mid-30s, and it continues to there's no bottom in sight for this administration. They've created crisis after crisis, and I think with this unconstitutional vaccine mandate that they have really created a coalition of the willing. Those airline pilots, the healthcare workers, police officers, firemen, people, you know, this football coach that you mentioned a few minutes ago getting fired. We are seeing this all across the country, including conservatives, Black Lives Matter, coming together as a coalition to be against Joe Biden. And he cannot afford this at this crucial time. And I think one of the things he could simply do is have Saint Fauci, you know, who is the new religion here in America, you know, declare that we've reached herd immunity. And I think that it is not difficult for them to try to make the case.
Do you think that would be a way out, an off-ramp for the vaccine mandate? Have Fauci declare, we got herd immunity, so there's no more mandate. That's highly unlikely, David.
It's unlikely, but what is also unlikely is them continuing down the same path. And this path is a dangerous one for this administration. They have one crisis that they've created after another, and it is their own doing. President Trump left them a strong economy, and we have hyperinflation. We have Jimmy Carter level malaise coming. We have a crisis of confidence in our economy that has not been seen in a generation. And I think that they have to get this under control. And they have an Afghanistan problem, a crime problem, a border problem, and a COVID problem. They have one crisis after another that they have created out of whole cloth in the last 9 months. And the American people are tired of it. They're looking at what Donald Trump was able to do, was solving problems every single day. But Joe Biden has created problems for the American people, and that's not what they wanted, that's for sure.
Well, they've launched an investigation into the Afghan withdrawal. They're going to have an investigation. And one wonders if anybody's going to be held accountable, which raises another question. I mean, could the president change course by holding somebody accountable, not necessarily himself, for Afghanistan, holding somebody accountable, maybe the transportation secretary for the supply chain crisis, hold them accountable by firing them? Would that be a course change that really would change the course of his polls?
Yeah, it certainly would, Stuart. Unfortunately, we've not seen that in any of the crises that I've just mentioned. No one has been held accountable. And the Secretary of Transportation's MIA, while we have, you know, Americans suffering every single day. So I don't hold out hope that he's going to do that, but pressure brings about change. And I think that this investigation into Afghanistan by the Inspector General at the State Department, these things take years, Stuart. No one's going to know what ends up happening with that report. You look at the Horowitz report during the Trump administration. The Congress needs to hold the Biden administration accountable. And I'm hoping when Republicans win back the House, there'll be impeachment hearings on the Afghanistan debacle, the dereliction of duty, the phone call that was made by President Trump to the former president of Afghanistan. There is a host of issues that must be investigated, including leaving all of the equipment and the decisions that cost 13 Americans their lives, and leaving hundreds and hundreds of Americans behind. It really the American people deserve the answers, and we haven't gotten them yet.
You've got to win back the House to make that happen, David. Nice to see you again, and we will see you again soon. Thanks. David Bossie.